What up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Shinobi Squad podcast. I'm fan service Renji.
I'm Shana Mostella.
Today, we're going to talk about video games.
Yay!
I don't think we've talked about video games yet.
Not yet.
Well, in the latest of video game news, they released stuff about the PS5 finally. Official news and information about the PS5.
I can't wait.
I can't either. I'm still on the fence of, am I going to get it at launch or not? What are your thoughts? Are you going to get it at launch?
I might wait a little bit after launch because I'm not one of those people that are that hyped to where I need to have something on the day that it comes out. But I am excited about it, mostly because my PS4 is dying. So I kind of need to replace it soon. So it's either I get a PS4 or wait to get a PS5.
Yeah, that's the tough one.
Yeah.
You can wait it out, and if your PS4 burns out, oh well, just wait. Because the PS5 is supposed to be backwards compatible.
Good.
I know a lot of people who are just getting PS4s now, and they're pissed.
Right? I would be pissed. Especially if it's backwards compatible. You can
Yeah.
get the same games that you were going to get on PS4 on PS5.
If you waited this long to get a PS4 at the end of its life cycle, PS4 has been around for a minute.
I know. If you don't have one by now, why would you want one all of a sudden?
But you get it now because there's a lot of games to play.
Yeah, there is.
A lot of people are asking, should I wait for PS5?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, you could, just to play the one or two games that's going to come out. So if you really want a PS4, you should get one.
But you said it was backwards compatible. You could have the newest system but still play old games if you want to. And that's never really happened in the past couple generations because I know when I had a PS4, I couldn't go back and play the same games on PS3 or PS2. Yeah, that's what I used to like about older systems is that they were backwards compatible and I didn't feel bad buying the new system. But I haven't felt good about buying the new system until something like PS5 came out because now I can go back and play Crash Bandicoot if I want to.
Yeah. As for me personally, I want to get the console at launch, but I'm hesitant for a few reasons. I've been burnt in the past before.
Yeah.
Before I get into that, let's talk about the PS5 some more. Are there any games that interest you that's caught your eye?
Oh, yeah. And there's two of them right now. The new Sackboy Big Adventure, something like that.
Yeah.
It's the newest game of the Little Big Planet series.
Yeah.
And it just looks amazing. It's 3D. I don't know if you guys ever played the Little Big Planet games at all, but this one's 3D for the most part.
Yeah, because the originals were like side-scrolling,
Yeah,
like
side-scrolling,
jumping, platforming kind of games.
I think it would be better for me because those games are fun, but I always thought it was hard because I couldn't see the whole screen, and that kind of threw me off a little bit. But I am so excited for the new and improved game.
I love the Little Big Planet series. It's so cutesy.
Yeah, it is.
On the previous consoles, you could play up to 4 players.
Yeah.
4 players on the same system, so it's a great have your friends over couch co-op kind of game. There's not too many of those anymore where your friends can all plug in the controllers and all play in your house. That's what made it fun.
Not a lot that comes on PS4.
Or like anything, really.
Yeah,
like
unless you have a Switch or unless you have like a Wii or something like that. But this is something that it's for all ages and people can have fun.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of multiplayer games that I like nowadays. And it's just, I don't know, this one just seems like a perfect balance of everything that I love.
It was fun, but it was hard as shit.
It was.
You have to share that screen. It's not a game where it's split screens.
Right.
So it's like, say you have 4 players and y'all all go in different directions, the screen just zooms out further and further.
Or there's times where someone will go off and then they can't see their character anymore and then they die because they don't know what's ahead of them. And we're like, wait, just wait. Everybody stay in this part of the section before so we can all move on together.
Dick. Yeah, because there's parts where if you progressed further, it would force the people still stuck behind to die.
Yeah, or it will kill you off and then you would just show up behind your friends anyway. It was one of those. So I'm glad that they changed that and I'm excited to play it.
So what's the other game you like?
The other game is Resident Evil 8, The Village. Because I'm a big Resident Evil fan. I've played most of them. There's one of them I haven't played. Maybe like a couple of the original ones I haven't played.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I love Resident Evil, and I just love the storyline. I love the characters. I love the zombies. I love the virus and bioweapon stuff, and I just love all of that. So
Yeah.
I can't wait to see this one.
Yeah, I've watched only one of the trailers.
Mm-hmm.
My friend keeps hitting me up like, "Did you see the trailers?" Like, usually if I know I'm gonna play a game or watch a movie, no matter what, I don't even watch the trailer.
Yeah.
I don't want to see any type of spoiler. I don't want to even start thinking about theories of like, I think this is this person.
Mm-hmm.
One of my friends just hit me up. He's like, "Did you see the trailer? I think this character is really this character." I'm like, shh, 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 shh. I don't know why I'm shushing my ears on instant messaging, but you get what I'm trying to say. I'm just like, no, la 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 la. I don't want to hear what you think because you're probably gonna figure it out and ruin it for me because you're just too into picking trailers apart.
Too much about they're into deep with the lore, and it's like I get it, but I just want to kind of feel it out for myself.
Just let me see it when I play it.
And
that's
this
all
one,
I ask, you know.
This one just seems to be a little bit more open world from what I've seen. I'm not saying that that's what it's going to be, but like compared to the other Resident Evil games that I've played, they tend to keep in the same area or the same like house or factory or whatever. Yeah. But this one just seems a little bit more spread out. So I'm kind of excited to see what they do with this one.
Yeah. From the trailer, it looks like it's going to be in like a rural kind of like area. This is coming off of playing Resident Evil 2 and 3 remake. Those were based on Raccoon City, the police station, just outside the police station. Then you jump from 2, 3. You played 5 before. And then you jump to 7, which took place in New Orleans. But this one, 8, it's called Village. And it just looks like it's in this... It says a village. And where do you find villages? In the country.
Yeah, and I'm kind of excited for that because it looks like you'll be more spread out. It looks like there's going to be more to the story and more to like the villains and the things you have to kill. Yeah. It looks a little bit scarier than the other ones, if I do say so myself.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting.
Can't wait.
I definitely am interested in Resident Evil. I'm super hardcore Resident Evil nerd. I've played all of them except for Revelations because it originally came out on 3DS.
On the 3DS?
They ported it to PS4, but I never picked it up. I just realized that this week as I was looking through my Resident Evil collection. I'm like, wait a minute. I have Resident Evil Revelations 2. We played that. I'm like, I never played 1. And it took me a minute to go back and wonder why. I was like, oh, 3DS. Then
they can't fit all that on a 3DS. Yeah. What the hell?
And so I'm like, oh, I could buy the PS4 version of it, but it's like, well, it's gonna have to wait after Last of Us.
Yeah,
I'm playing that first.
Yeah, that one's coming out on Friday, and I can't wait because, well, I haven't finished the first one yet, but I will get there. I will get there before Friday.
Yeah, you got a couple days. There's another Supernatural game called Ghostwire Tokyo. Why I'm excited about this game is one of the people involved is Shinji Mikami. He is one of the original directors of Resident Evil.
Okay.
He worked on the first one back in 1997. That shit was terrifying.
Wow.
For its time.
97.
That's when Resident Evil came out on PlayStation 1.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So clunky and blocky.
Now, yeah. If you play it now, it seems dated. If you played it back then, it was amazing. Unfortunately, it's just like how some scary movies don't age well.
Right.
He also worked on another Resident Evil classic, Part 4. That was a revolutionary one, too. There's all this controversy or disagreement about Part 4 being remade. It was such a classic as it was. They improved on a lot of the clunkiness. People loved it. Now they're talking about remaking it, and people are like, no. But that's also one of his masterpieces. And then he also was the director behind The Evil Within.
Okay.
So you played that. So you can see his masterpieces.
Oh, yeah.
So definitely, if he's involved in this game, it's definitely piqued my interest.
That's awesome. What's this game called again?
Ghostwire Tokyo.
Definitely picking that up then.
Yeah, it's pretty much about like, I guess there's spirits left behind in Tokyo, and you're like this Ghostbuster kind of
say no more
person fighting spirits on the streets of Tokyo.
Wow, say no more. I am definitely a horror game fanatic. I love horror games so much. I love being scared, and I love to see different art styles and how people make these characters come to life and these villains and these ghosts and these monsters and everything.
just the backstory of it being in Tokyo.
Wow, yeah. Say no more. I can't wait.
I haven't played a horror game based in like Japan, Asian background since like Fatal Frame.
Fatal Frames was my jam back in the day.
That was scary.
Oh my God. I had a friend that let me borrow that game, and I happened to be playing it at night, and I was like, wait, what is this? Wait, what's that? What's that? And I just like screamed and woke up my whole house. My mom was so mad at me.
Fatal Frame was so scary because for those who don't know, you pretty much play the game and all you can do is take pictures of the ghosts. You can't actually fight them, but how the game lets you combat or fight them is by taking pictures. You're forced to look at them, and you're forced to wait to the last minute for them to get closer to you and snap the picture. Jesus. That's how you get the best hit points. But anyways, that was scary. And another game that never came to America was Siren Blood Curse, and that was based out of like a Japanese background too. I still have the demo that I downloaded on my PS3.
Wow.
Because it was a Japanese game. I don't know how I even got it, but my roommate was super into that stuff. We did get a hold of the actual game, but I think we downloaded it on his PS3.
Okay.
And it's all in Japanese.
Okay.
So I don't have it, or else I would go back and play it. But I still have the demo. If you ever want to play it.
I might have to now.
That shit was scary.
I can't wait for that.
Other PS5 games worth mentioning that I'm going to look into. There's a new Spider-Man Miles Morales game. I'm also looking forward to the sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn. I think it's called Horizon Forbidden West. And the final game that caught my interest was Project Athea by Square Enix. Always interested to see what Square Enix got up their sleeves.
Oh, yeah.
Especially it's like the first game they're doing for this new console. It's got to be epic. I hope it's like Final Fantasy RPG level epic. Square Enix usually does a pretty good job. I mean, they put out some crappers. I'm not going to give them full credit.
Not everything is good.
Yeah. I don't like all their properties that they have, but it's a pretty bold move to put a brand new title out on this brand new console.
Hey, it might win. It might win us over.
Yeah, I thought they would have made their first game maybe the next part to Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah. But that's going to take another 10 years to come out. So don't hold your breath on that one.
I was hoping for the best.
Well, I don't trust stuff like that. If they have to come out with a part 2 on a complete game in the first place, it's like, what do you want?
Shut your whore mouth, Shana.
I just don't have any faith. I'm all out of faith. 2020 has depleted me of all of my faith that I would ever have had my entire life. Like, nah, it's all gone. I'm fresh out. I'm fresh out of faith.
You're going to blame it on 2020.
I'm just like, just bring on the aliens already. Just bring them on. I'm already like there.
And the PS5 is due to come out in 2020.
Yikes.
Is it going to come? It's going to catch on fire.
Yikes.
Or transform into evil Decepticon robot, like in the last Transformers movies where like the toaster became evil in the soda machine.
And that's exactly why I don't buy things on launch day, because I want to see what y'all experience first in case a bioweapon is somehow hidden within the device, and as soon as you push start, zombies everywhere, or killer ghosts or something. Who knows?
Killer Wi-Fi ghosts.
Yeah. I am
buffering.
To put it plainly.
2020 digital ghost.
I don't put it past 2020.
Right. We've got 6 more months.
The longest 6 months of my life.
I know, right? So you said earlier that you weren't going to get the PS5 at launch. Why?
Well, I've just seen other consoles come out on launch day, and something always goes wrong. Maybe the power malfunctions. There's just something malfunctioning. So I like to have the first wave, maybe like the first 5 or 6 months go by to make sure that everything's okay before I invest my money into something. Because the one thing that I hate, one of my biggest pet peeves as a consumer, is to have to take something back.
Yeah.
I hate buying something and then having to return it. Chances are I'll probably just keep it and just like forget about it. But when it comes to something as expensive as a new console, I can't just let that just sit there. So
have you ever bought a console at launch?
Yeah, it wasn't anything like a PlayStation or an Xbox or anything like that, but it was the Switch when the Nintendo Switch first came
Oh,
out.
that's brave.
Yeah, but it wasn't me who bought it initially. It was one of my friends who
Yeah.
had happened to buy two of them.
Yeah.
And they gave him the choice of buying the colorful one, the blue and red one or something, and the black one. So I chose the black one because like black goes with all my other consoles, and I don't like having something out of place because
Yeah.
I kind of tend to have all my consoles in the same area.
Yeah.
So I got the black one, and I'm so glad that I did because now I can't find a single Switch
Yeah.
anywhere. I'm so glad I bought the original one because I don't really want the light that's out right now
Yeah.
because I don't like how it's just handheld only.
Yeah.
I like having the option, like if I wanted to live stream with it, I can hook it up to my TV and
Yeah.
everything like that. Or if I'm playing something like Zelda Breath of the Wild, I can play it on a big
Yeah.
screen and see everything for its full glory.
Yeah.
I don't like just having one option. Like if I know it comes in two options, I want both of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Like the Switch Lite, doesn't that kind of like defeat the purpose of the name Switch? Like
Yeah.
switch between handheld and TV console.
And that's what really sold me on the Switch in the
Yeah.
first place is that I could switch between because
Yeah.
that's one thing that I really wanted with PlayStation. I know there's like the PlayStation Vita and stuff like that, but it
Which
wasn't.
nobody bought.
Yeah, because it wasn't exactly how somebody who's always on the run
Yeah.
would want. It wasn't a product that you could really use ideally like
Yeah.
on the run because you could only play like what a chapter at a time.
Wasn't really taking the game mobile like how on Switch, where it's truly mobile.
And at the time, I was still taking public transit. I was still working on set as a background actor. And I like to have something that was totally portable that I could just use and have while I'm on the bus or backstage, something to do. But something like the Vita, it just wasn't so like, it wasn't ideal for someone
Yeah.
like me. So,
Plus Vita sucked anyway. I'm sorry to say.
but I love the PSP though. I loved PSP
Yeah.
back in the day, but that was back when before I was employed, so I didn't really use it that much in that way. But the Switch was just something that was just the go-to. It was something that was finally something for me, you know.
Yeah.
So that's why I loved it so much.
The Switch at launch was a pretty good investment.
Yeah.
For the most part, I don't think there was any problems with it.
I don't think so.
There was no first wave console flops. There wasn't anything really wrong with it. I don't know anyone that had problems with their Switch besides maybe the left Joy-Con kind of got stuck. But that was a minor problem that Nintendo helped fix right away.
That's why I'm glad I did buy the Switch right off the bat.
Yeah.
Because even when my friend had two of them, I was kind of on the fence about
Yeah.
it. Because I'm like, am I really going to play this? Or I had those doubts. But as soon as I learned more about it, I'm like, oh, hell yes,
Yeah.
sign me up.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad your console at launch story worked out. I've been burnt twice.
Uh-oh.
I've been very hesitant to buy consoles at launch because of this. Most of y'all don't even remember this video game brand,
Uh-oh.
Atari.
Oh, okay.
Atari, one of the OG video game consoles.
Wow. That's ancient. That's a
Yeah,
fossil.
Yes. Atari came out with the Atari 2600 way back in, I think, the 80s.
But I always thought those were cool, though.
No. Then they made another follow-up Atari to that. Then they kind of disappeared from the console game for a long time. They still made arcade games. They still made video games. After that, the original NES came into the world. Then you had the Sega Master Systems. Then came the Sega Genesis and the Super Nintendo. For those that were into Sega, you guys would remember this. Then there was the Sega CD. It was an expansion to the Sega Genesis, and then the Sega Mars, another expansion on
I
top.
never heard of those before.
Yeah, like
That's how old I am.
yeah. Like these were like old stuff, but I had a lot of older siblings, so I was able to witness these, and these
That's
were like
cool.
hand-me-downs to me. As they upgraded their consoles, here's little baby Renji getting their leftovers of old
Nice.
consoles. So fortunately for me, I've been able to experience every console from the Atari 2600. Yeah, these things were dated and dusted by the time they gave them to me, but I got to see the evolution of gaming. Then there was a period before PlayStation 1, even before Dreamcast. A lot of people don't even remember that.
Dreamcast.
Dreamcast was short-lived as well.
My friend had one of those, and I was over at her house every Saturday.
Dreamcast was a great console, but they rushed it. They rushed
Yeah.
it to get out before PlayStation 1 did, and that was their biggest mistake. Anyways, but there was a console before that. Oh,
I think I know what it is.
before PlayStation 1, it was the Atari Jaguar.
I've never heard of that.
That's my
I
point.
have never heard of that.
That is my point.
Jaguar. I didn't even know there was like different kinds of Ataris. I just saw the one and I'm like, oh, that's cool.
I got so tired of getting all these hand-me-downs, right? I was like, I'm going to save up all my allowance, all my lunch money. I'm going to do extra chores. I'm doing anything I can to get this console.
What made you like it so much?
Nothing. There was nothing exactly. There was nothing specifically, not exactly. There was nothing specifically that made me like it. I just wanted to finally have a console of my own at launch. Not any hand-me-downs. Not, I'm going to get this a couple years after my brothers are done playing with it.
Did your brothers even have it?
No. That should have been a red flag.
That should have been a red flag. Were they even talking about it?
No, nobody was talking about this. I think I was the only dumbass talking about this. Anyways, I saved up all my money. It was $400.
That's a lot of money back then.
Yes, mind you, when the PlayStation 1 came out, it was $300. This beast of a machine was like $400.
What did you have to do to save up this money?
I told you, I saved up.
You did some shady stuff, didn't you?
I probably did back in the day. I wanted to have this thing. I told you I did everything in my power to save up every last dollar I had. It took me a minute.
And you hustled hard.
I did. It was a while before it actually came out. I was like, oh, 64 bits? Oh, that's going to be crazy. 64-bit graphics.
Were your friends talking about it?
Nobody was talking. Nobody.
Wow.
Was talking
so you
about
just
this.
Saw this and was just mind blown.
I was the only one. The only game that finally piqued my interest of this console was Dragon, the Bruce Lee story. I was such a Bruce Lee fan. I was sold at Bruce Lee. I was like, oh shit, a Bruce Lee game. I've been waiting my whole life for a Bruce Lee game.
Damn.
Had to have it. Bought the console. These games were like $60 back when games were only $40 at the time.
I was gonna say because they're about $60 right now.
They're $60 now, yeah. So $60 back then.
Ouch.
Before the PlayStation era.
Oh my god.
Got this 64-bit Atari system. The controller was crazy. It looked like an Xbox pad. It had your directional pad. And it had A, B, C. It had the three main buttons. But then on the bottom, like say you're holding it like this, like the bottom half by your palms and stuff, there was a keypad.
I can't even imagine that.
They try to combine console and PC gaming. Like, you know, if you want to like have a quick select item, you would use the keyboard, push number 1 for this gun, 2 for this gun. So you could switch. So that was the idea, just quick switch buttons. None of the games used that. Maybe like two.
So the keyboard was completely useless.
It was just a big keyboard for no reason.
Wow.
No third-party company wanted to make games for the Atari Jaguar. So then you were limited to all the crappy games Atari was making. Long story short, that was the biggest flop in like console history of that time.
It had to be if I've never heard of it.
No one's heard of it. Still burns my butthole to this day.
$400.
Yeah.
But did you play the Bruce Lee game?
Yeah. I played it and it sucked.
Aww.
And then that game came out on Super Nintendo.
The same game?
Yeah, the same game was ported to Super Nintendo years later.
Damn. So even if you couldn't afford the Atari at the time, you could have still played the game you wanted to play.
I didn't know that because it didn't come out till years later. I played every single title that came out for that console until I finally just sold it. It sucked so bad. Every game was terrible. Like people were hyped and they came over and they're like, oh, why didn't you just buy a Super Nintendo?
Oh my God.
Super Nintendo had already been out, mind you. That burnt all hope of me buying new consoles at launch for a long time.
Damn. I I really am curious now. Like, I really want to look this up because I've never even heard.
Be my guest.
I've never even heard of an Atari Jaguar before.
Please verify my statements.
I'm looking at images right now. What the fuck? I see what you mean by the big ass keypad thing. The way that I imagine it was like, okay, like a PlayStation controller, but the keyboard was like on the side, like it was like a wall. It looks like a sign pad, like when you go to sign for your credit card and shit. That's what it looks like. It looks like a sign. Like it's like this big. I don't even see how you could hold that comfortably. And it doesn't even look legit. Like the whole system just looks like shit. It looks like one of those, like, it looks like an internet router.
It does.
It doesn't even look like a real console. How do you even put a game in this? It looks like a Walkman or something.
Yep.
And this was $400.
Yeah.
$400. Oh my God. I'm sorry, but you wasted your money.
I know.
Lesson learned, right?
Yep. Then Sony PlayStation came out of nowhere. I was like, Sony makes video games? I was like, nope.
You were like, oh, hell no.
Not buying a Sony PlayStation.
And look at PlayStation now.
My boy Kumajin bit the bullet. I tried to talk him out of it. I was like, dude, I bought the Atari Jaguar. Don't buy the Sony, dude. We don't even know what Sony can do. Sony makes Walkmans and Discmans and TV. Don't buy their video game system. I was so scarred from the Atari Jaguar. I was like, no, don't trust them. He bought it. I don't know how many hours I was at his house playing Resident Evil 1 and Tomb Raider, looking at her triangle titties. We're like, oh my God, I'm getting a video game boner because this console's so awesome. But yet in the back of my mind, like, damn you, Atari.
Right? I mean, that would burn me for a long time if that were me, because I would have a hard time just trusting companies after that. I'm like, why did you even come out with this piece of shit, you know? So I get you.
To stay on the topic of buying consoles at launch, it took me a couple generations of systems to finally want to buy a console when it came out.
In general, not even launch.
Yeah. So skip the PlayStation 1. Took me years to buy that.
Damn.
PlayStation 2 took me years to buy that. But PlayStation 3, I had built my faith in PlayStation. I was like, PlayStation 3, I'm there at launch. It also helped that the Xbox 360 came out before the PlayStation 3. Someone posted somewhere that they sold their Xbox 360 for a couple grand. I sat there and was like, shit, I wish I got a launch system so I can make that kind of money.
Right.
So PlayStation 3 came out. I was determined to get that bitch at launch. Not because I wanted one, because I wanted to flip it on eBay and make the same kind of money.
Because a lot of the first gens of those kind of consoles, like Xbox and PlayStation, it was the first of its kind for like long-running consoles, and they keep coming out with them ever so often. And if you had that first gen, then you could make some money. But you didn't, of course, coming from the Atari generation, like you're not really thinking of it like that because we don't even know what Ataris are anymore. And so
I was determined to get that PS3. I wanted that money. I found out when Best Buy was going to release it. All I had to figure out was how early to get in line. I was working at Party City at the time. I left work early just because I was curious. So I went over to Best Buy and saw a line. There was like probably 15 people in line or so. So I asked, hey, what's this line for? The PS3? Wait, the PS3 doesn't come out for 3 days. They're like, yeah, that's why we're in line right now. So then I got in line.
So they were in line to wait for another couple days?
Yeah.
What?
I freaked out and got in line.
Oh my God.
I called my boss and I was like, look, I'm in line for the PS3. I'm not coming to work for the next couple of days. She's like, what, are you serious? I'm like, yeah. She's like, Renji, I let you leave work early just to go ask. I'm like, yeah, I asked and the line is forming now.
What?
I had no game plan. I just got in line.
What?
And waited. I was within the first 20.
Oh, wow.
From what we were told, that location of Best Buy was guaranteed to have at least 25 consoles. I called my boy up who lived 5 minutes away. I'm like, dude, come to Best Buy right now. I need you to get in line. He's like, why? I'm like, just come to Best Buy and stand behind me. he's like, I'm playing this game. I was like, I will pay you $100 to stand in this damn line. He's like, okay. He showed up because he didn't have a job at the time. He just showed up. He got that final 25th spot.
Damn.
So I'm like number 20. He's number 25 or something. Now we're both in line looking like dumbasses. It was during like the fall, winter too, I believe. Mm-hmm. It was cold outside.
What?
I'm sitting here in my light jacket.
And you're just standing there.
I panicked. I didn't have time to like leave and go home. And luckily I didn't because like I said, my friend got there a couple minutes after me. Mm-hmm. And then after that, hordes of people came in because they got the word that people were in line.
That's not fair.
Yeah. At least another 30 people showed up behind us.
Damn.
They weren't sure how many consoles that Best Buy was going to have, but they got in line. They were told some Best Buys may have 50, some may only have 25, some may have 70. They wouldn't know until Best Buy got the shipment.
Damn.
And Best Buy wasn't allowed to tell us until maybe the day before or hours before. It was something like, I forgot the details.
Man.
So they were like freaking out because people were freaking out. A lot of people don't remember when PlayStation 2 came out, there was a shortage. You had to get the initial launch batch or you were screwed for months.
Damn.
People kept that in mind with the PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
Sitting here in line like a dumbass, I had to call my girlfriend at the time. Hey, you're going to be mad at me, but I'm in line at Best Buy. She's like, oh, okay. No, I'm in line for the next 3 days. What? Me and my homie Jerry are in line. She's like, what? Jerry's in there too? Yeah, and we owe him $100. She's like, no, you owe him $100.
Damn. Yeah, that's kind of on you.
Those that don't remember, the PlayStation 3, you had your options of 40 gigabyte hard drive and one was 20 gigabyte hard drive.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. It's been a while. One was either $600 or $700 and the other one was $200 less.
Was it the difference between the slim one or the fat one?
No, the slim one or the fat one weren't even an option. There were only fat ones back then.
Okay.
And they were backwards compatible for PS2 and 1.
Oh, shit.
That's why these initial ones costed so much.
Right.
They had the hardware of the PS2 to play these backwards compatibles.
Yeah.
Those who got PS3s later, y'all know that the PlayStation 3 wasn't backwards compatible. Mm-hmm. So me and Jerry are standing in that line. Mm-hmm. It's turning night now. We look around. People are prepared. They got sleeping bags. We looking at each other like, yo, what are we going to do? These people got camping gear. Shit.
Damn. I can only imagine the store people looking out the window, like calling their warehouse, like, I think we're going to need more than 25 pieces.
So we sitting there like dumbasses, unprepared.
Damn.
Luckily for me, 2 people in front of me were my cousin and her fiance.
Oh my God.
I didn't even know that was them. I hadn't seen my cousin in probably 5 years. Their back was turned to me the whole time. They turn around, Renji? I'm like, oh shit, cuzzo. She's like, don't you have a sleeping bag or anything? No. I literally left work and I came here. She's like, oh my God. She's like, well, lucky for you, we have a tent.
Wow.
She's like, we have a tent that fits 3 people.
Nice.
Jerry was screwed.
Damn.
Jerry was at the back of the line and people were fighting to get his spot because he was spot 25.
Well, did he actually want a PS3 at the time?
No, he was just there for me. He was there to make his $100.
Gotcha. Okay.
Mind you, he didn't have a job. He
Damn.
needed his $100.
Yeah. I mean, you could have still just paid him for staying there all day.
Yeah. So by that time, we all had formed a pact with everyone in line. The first 25, we all took each other's names down. We're like, look who's in front of you. Look who's behind you. If this is not the person, we know we're all going to unite and force anyone out. We had heard rumors that there was going to be some people that were trying to muscle their way in on some thug shit, but we all formed a pact. We all got each other's back. These first 25, this is us. Best Buy had even come out to tell people, we don't guarantee any more than 25. Anyone else, please leave.
Yeah.
People still didn't leave. They were determined.
Right.
By the final day, people started coming in line trying to buy our spots in line.
Damn.
I'm mad that I didn't take the deal.
Mm-hmm.
2 people walked up to the front of the line, went down one person at a time, offering people $1,500 cash.
$1,500
cash for their spot.
Oh wow,
Not
they
the
had
console.
money
For the spot.
Woo.
So that meant they were going to pay $1,500 to take your spot and then still pay the $600 or $700 for the console.
Damn.
Plus taxes.
Oh, they have money.
Everybody said no. There was a family up front.
Who would say no? I would say yeah. I would say hell yeah. Because you know what? When they did have another stock, I could just use that $1,500 and get it.
Yep. All of us.
Oh my God.
Unfortunately, all of us were greedy or really wanted the console.
You could have split that shit with Jerry.
My dumbass didn't think about it at the time. They were coming down the line. I had called one of my boys that was on eBay. And I'm like, dude, there's 2 dudes in line offering $1,500. Should I take it? And he was watching eBay prices. He's like, dude, people have bid $10,000 for PS3s right now. He's like, don't take that $1,500. He's like, don't take it. He's like, I know it's tempting.
Okay, then I can see that.
Yeah, like
I can see that.
I'm on the phone with him watching these people come down the line. I was like, dude, but it's $1,500 right now. I don't even have to sell my console. I can walk away with $1,500 for just standing in line for 3 days.
I don't even have to sell my soul to get this console.
Yeah. And plus, Jerry was in line. I have 2 spots in line. I could walk away with $3,000 right now. But then my senpai was like, no, dude. I'm looking on eBay right now. Every listing I see, there's at least 100 listings of people that have PS3 spots in line that are all going for $10,000 or more. He's like, stay in line. Don't sell your spot.
I don't know. That's a hard decision to make.
It was. So by the time he came to me, I was like, no. And then the guy behind me, I'll take it. And then the guy behind him, I'll take it.
Damn.
They both walked, and I looked at them, and the guy busted out $1,500 in cash right there on the spot. Those guys took the money and was like, shit, I'll buy a PS3 a couple months from now. Screw it. I'm out.
I mean, I probably would have had the same idea. My heart would have broke. Oh my God. Oh.
As a hustler, I was like, profit is profit. Take it and go, homie. No, but my senpai on the phone was like, no, get the $10,000. Sell it on eBay. I was like, but this is $3,000 right now, guaranteed.
In cash. Cold hard cash.
I know. My dumbass didn't take it. Didn't take it. That. I thought Jerry was going to sell me out. And comes to find out, Jerry's like, shit, if they came to me, I would have took it.
No, I would have stepped out of line and said, sir, hey, right here, I will do it. You don't have to go down this line. I will take it.
Yep. So,
I mean, I see what you're thinking. I see like $10,000 versus $1,500, but you know, at the same time, though, this is cold hard cash.
It was right in your face.
It was right in your face
for just standing in line.
I could smell it.
Yeah,
it's right there. I could have gone to Taco Bell right after this. I know after 3 days, your ass was hungry, wasn't you?
I was. I was starving. I had my girlfriend had to come feed me. She went to McDonald's and got me chicken strip wraps or something shit like that. So that's what I was eating for 3 days. It was like scraps from McDonald's. Anyways.
For those of y'all who aren't listening to this on YouTube, I am giving Renji the stank eye right now.
No, I deserve a stank eye. I'm still mad at my choices to this day. But before I tell you why, let me just tell you about other people that were in line. The first 6 spots in line was a family.
Oh, God.
A husband, wife, and their 4 kids.
And they, oh my God.
This dude drug his whole family out.
Oh my God. That's sad.
Made them camp online for 3 days because he was hoping to catch that same Xbox 360 a couple grands of system money, right?
He was going to, how many people? 6 people?
Yeah.
He was going to buy 6?
6. And mind you, these consoles were $600 or $700 a piece. So he was about to drop about $4,000.
Okay, hold up. I don't even know what I would do with $600 just all to myself. I don't even know where I would start.
Yeah.
But do the math for me, because I suck at math.
I said
6 times
600. Say he bought the cheaper system. 6 times 600. That's $3,600 plus the tax of the state of Michigan.
That is a down payment on something.
Yeah.
That you could use that money.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
He like dug into somebody's trust fund money. That's all I gotta say.
I bet y'all wondering, did y'all finally make money off of eBay? No, I was in the process of making money. My bids were going up. I did get up to about $3,000 on one system because it was a smaller hard drive. Then I got up to $5,000 on another one just to get screwed in the end.
Uh-oh.
Someone bidded on my systems last minute to take the winning bid just to take my listing off of eBay. Both listings, these people didn't pay me. After further research, they were selling PS3 consoles themselves. They took the eBay fraud strike just so they could sell their console.
Damn.
Oh my God, I was so pissed.
Because you have to think about it. Everyone else had the same idea.
Yeah. These people risked their eBay ratings just to make this money before I could. And the winning bidders before them were legit buyers. I saw their feedback because I looked at it, because on eBay, you can cancel bids if you feel that they're not legit. This person has thousands of purchases on eBay. They're credible. At the very last minute, the winning bid was some other asshole selling his PS3. By that time, it was already too late. I could file a claim saying these people weren't really legit.
Yeah.
Try to contact the previous bidder. But by then, they already bidded on another PlayStation.
Oh, wow.
They already spent their $5,000-$6,000 on another console.
Oh, wow.
I relisted my shit 2-3 times after that, and the same thing kept happening. Bid on my shit just to take me off the listing.
You should have looked at their profile to see what they were selling.
I did, but up until the last minute, I'm sitting there looking at the winning bid. He's legit. I'm thinking he's going to win. But then these assholes wait till the very last 5 seconds and they hit bid. And if it goes through before the clock counts down, they win.
Damn.
So
that's not fair.
So the seller doesn't have a chance to verify them. And that's what happened to me over and over again. Now I'm sitting here with 2 consoles that I dropped over $1,000 on. Luckily for me, one of my best friends and Jerry actually wanted these consoles. They were such homies. They were like, I know you waited in line. We did this together. He's like, I'll pay you $200 more than what you paid for it. It's still cheaper than what we can get it on eBay for. You still make a little bit of profit, and we still get the console. Like, y'all saved me. I mean, it still wasn't worth me missing 3 days of work.
Of course not.
But a profit is a profit and a lesson learned.
But I have to know, how many of the consoles were at that location that you were at?
25.
Oh, shit.
Jerry was literally the last one.
Damn.
Let's rewind back to that family. Come to find out later, that family didn't sell any of their consoles either.
I'm surprised they gave them vouchers, though.
They had 6 people.
Damn.
1 voucher per body. One of my friends happened to be working at the Best Buy. I didn't know he worked at the time. Told me later that family returned all 6 consoles.
Damn. They didn't even care about it. They just wanted to come up.
Yeah. And they had to pay a 15% restocking fee so they could verify that they legit had the consoles. They opened up every console.
Wow.
They broke that seal.
Why would you if you didn't care about that console? Like, they're fresh off the press.
You only had to open one.
Why would you do that?
I guess what they did was they opened up all 6 to show the serial number, to show that there were different consoles.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
To prove, just like me, they all got screwed over. And my friend at Best Buy told me, yeah, we felt so bad when they brought all 6 of them back. And they had to pay 15% of $3,600 plus tax.
Wah, 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 wah. Hey, but they got money. If they got enough money for each person in their family to get a PS3 right off the press.
That little hustle that they try to do still cost them over $400.
But how old were their kids?
They were kids, like 6.
So a kid can't use a credit card.
6. They were still allowed to have vouchers.
That's some bullshit. See, now I see why they have those asterisks.
Yeah, the mom and dad paid on their credit cards, and they probably gave the kids cash to pay for it.
That's some bullshit. Okay, I don't feel bad for them because they got money. They got money.
I don't feel bad for them. They were definitely there to try to make a super come up, and for them to put their kids at risk like that.
Moral of the story is, I would have taken the money that those kids were giving out just to stand. Were they kids or were they adults?
They were like teenagers.
Some more rich kids. Okay.
Yeah, they were like seniors in high school kind of kids.
I definitely would not have felt bad because I've gone to high school and I've seen the rich kids, the popular kids, pulling up in Escalades for no good reason at all. So I would not feel bad at all. I would have taken that money just for my peace of mind, just because. And actually, I would turn line standing into like a come up, into like a hustle, a side hustle or something, because there are people that will pay for your spot in line as long as you were in line. Yeah. I come from the era where Black Friday was still a thing where you had to stand in line, wait for the store to open. But I have also been on the other side of the spectrum where I actually worked retail during that time, and I've seen people time and time again pay for people's spots.
Yeah.
The very first few spots in line. I've seen that before. Seeing that and seeing what you went through, I would definitely turn that into a side hustle because you can make some real money from that. I wish I was smarter like that as a kid, but like now that I'm an adult, I probably would just stand in line, not even caring about what was going on. I'd just be like, yep. Right here, $1,500 right here. I would bid for my spot. Shit, like I would be on eBay. Like I have a spot online. Yeah. What do you want to do?
That's what people were doing. People were taking pictures of their vouchers, saying, "Hey, I'm guaranteed to get one. Bid on my shit."
I would love to do something like that.
Yeah, and these weren't even like we have them in our hands. People were showing their tickets in line.
But a voucher is something concrete that someone could bid for.
Yeah.
Because I would just be all over live and just be like, dude, look at these people in front of me.
Yeah.
Look at the people behind me.
Now.
Look where I'm at. I would sell that shit in a minute, in a heartbeat. That would be my hustle right there. You did the wrong thing, my friend.
I did. And needless to say, once again, I'm like, nope, no more consoles at launch. I'm done. Because I got burned for being greedy.
You got burned for being greedy. You wanted the console. Second time around, you were even more greedy, I should say, because you not only walked away from cold, hard cash in your face, just waving it around like, hey, you want this money? No, you didn't take the money. So there you are, just being a dumbass.
And I had two. Two consoles.
You could have texted your friend in the back and said, hey, these people are giving out cold hard cash. Just say you my brother. Say you my brother.
No, he was only 5 people behind me. I could have turned around and be like, hey, Jerry, come on, we're done. No,
but you made it seem like he was like farther behind you, like the very last person.
I was number 20. He was 25.
Never mind.
I could have walked away with some money, but no. I had to be on my phone and talk to my senpai.
But at least you're better than me because I wasn't about that life because I did work retail for a long time. So just coming from just seeing that in person and just working retail in general, like you don't want to be a part of that shit. Like you want to go home.
Yeah.
You want to be in the comfort of your home. You don't want to be camping out because I have seen that firsthand. I've seen my own friends in line. I'm just like, dude, what are you doing? They're like, oh hey Shana, I'm just don't mind me. Like, just go back to work.
God.
I've seen them making breakfast on little campers and shit. Like
wow.
It's gotten that bad. In their little sitting in their little picnic seats and stuff in their tents.
I wasn't that
It was
prepared.
a thing. It was a thing for Black Friday. Yeah.
God, I felt gross. Like I'm a person that showers every day, sometimes twice a day if I like worked out or got sweaty during the day.
Not this time.
By that second night, I woke up early on the third day. I was like, screw this. I'm going to go shower. I woke up before everyone else was waking up. It was like 2 or 3 in the morning.
Uh-oh.
I'm like, Best Buy doesn't open until 9. I snuck out, went home to go shower, and I came back.
You conveniently left that out, young man.
Yeah,
Oh.
I forgot about that fact. But by then, we already had the pack because people were sleeping in their cars. Because
Okay.
not everyone had tents. Like the first night, the people that didn't have tents or sleeping bags literally slept on the concrete.
Wow.
It was on the second night. We're like, yo, this is inhumane. We can't do this shit. So by that, we formed a pack. Like, hey, we've all been here suffering, barely going to the bathroom, barely eating. So we figured out a system that worked. So by the second night, like, yeah, I camped out 2 nights.
Wow.
So I was like, you know what? I've earned going home to go to the bathroom. I wasn't the only. I noticed some people gone for hours before they came back.
Wow.
Because the person in front and behind them, they were cool with. So like, they was gone for hours. They probably went home and had dinner and went to work, came back the next day.
Damn.
So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go home and shower. I'm going to be right back. And I came back before anyone noticed.
Damn, that's some ninja stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
Right
luckily,
there.
luckily, I also lived 5 minutes down the street. So
Now that's cool. So when did you finally own a PS3?
that is a very good question. I've owned PS3 since launch. But when did I finally own one to keep? Somehow, through my Craigslist hustle, I was able to snatch the final fat PS3. I believe it was the 80 gig one that was still backwards compatible. It still had more hard drive space, but it didn't have all the USB ports as the original 2. No, that's not fair either because I bought it and I sold it a couple weeks later. I sold it because one of my friends really wanted it. He really wanted one of the original Fat Boy PS3s. I was like, I got one. I was going to keep it for myself, but he gave me an offer I could not refuse.
You can't refuse 2 offers.
Yeah, exactly. I learned my lesson from the first time. As long as he was willing to pay at least $200 more than what I paid for it, I'm like, it's yours. I happened to get it off of Craigslist from some desperate college kid who just needed money, so I got it. I didn't finally own my own PS3 to keep and to play till like the PS3 Slims came out.
Okay.
That's when I finally bought one.
Okay.
But that was years after I camped out.
That was an ordeal.
It was. And even after all that, those initial launch PS3s still had some of their problems. A couple of my friends got the yellow light of death. Some of those early PS3s were flopping.
And that's what I meant about I wait at least 6 months to buy a console.
Yeah.
Because I never know what's going to happen with those new ones.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm a gamer. I'm not just like a light gamer. If I'm playing a game, especially a game that I love, I will play that game to its like core. I will play, especially if it's like an open RPG. I like Skyrim, for example. I will play that game. So if that game does not last me at least 6 months, I'm not gonna keep that console. Like it, I'm gonna throw that console away. This console is standing between me and this game and finishing it. And I am one of those hardcore, let's do this shit kind of gamers.
Yeah.
I am so serious about my gaming because I love RPGs. RPGs are my jam. Skyrim, Final Fantasy, you name it. Like, I am into that game.
Yeah.
I have signed my soul away to the devil. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I don't mean to show my true colors on camera. I feel like a lot of people don't see that. And not even on my live stream on Twitch. Like, people don't see how much I love these games because I tend to play a lot of games that I can react to on Twitch. I'm not playing the games like Skyrim or Fallout or anything like that on my stream.
Yeah.
For reasons, because I get so into that game to where I don't even know you exist.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're watching me on stream, I'm not going to see you. If you say something to me, I'm not going to hear you. I'm not going to even see what's going on. I forget about my health. I forget about everything that's going on in the world. So like when it comes to consoles, why I don't buy them fresh off the bat is because I need to know that they're going to survive my kind of gaming. I will not eat. I will not sleep. I will not do anything else but play this game. So you need to be sure. You need to tell me that you can guarantee a game console that can survive my kind of
abuse.
Yes.
There's no better word.
I will farm until my life is over when these kind of games come out. So you need to be sure, damn sure, that I can play these games until it's very end.
Oh, yeah.
Let me bring it back. Whew, I'm sweating.
Whew, all right.
I can't help it. I have so much passion.
So, guys, the next consoles, the PS5 and whatever Microsoft is calling their next Xbox system. Sorry, I'm not an Xbox fan, so I don't even know what they're calling their next system. In my opinion, y'all kind of lost the console war in this last battle because PS4 had all the exclusives and the few games that Xbox had to offer. I'm good on that. I'm not a person that just favors certain consoles, but if one console has all the other games that the other console has, then why buy it? Gears of War was cool and all, but y'all gotta give me more than Gears of War. Not that those shade to the Xbox people, but anyways, next gen consoles, PS5 and whatever Xbox calling their bullshit, console. Are y'all getting it? Let us know in the comments below.
I only don't like Xbox because it's not comfortable for me. I have to have something I can hold, something that I can cradle, something that I can tell my dirtiest, darkest, deepest secrets to, and I just can't do that with an Xbox controller. So I'm sorry for those of you that play Xbox, and that's cool for you, but I just can't. I can't touch it. I can't hold it. I can't caress it. I can't tell it bedtime stories. I can't be super smooth with it. It's just, it's not my thing, you know?
And have you seen the designs? Okay, yes, the PS5 looks like an internet router. It's black and white. It's white on the outside, black in the middle, right? It looks like a reverse Oreo cookie. But the new Microsoft Xbox console, it is literally like a rectangle. It's like a brick.
It doesn't fit with my other consoles. It doesn't match anything that I have. So that's another thing. Like, you guys need to fix your structural. I get that you don't want to look the same as PlayStation. I get that. I'm all about the fashion. Y'all know it. If you follow me on Twitch, if you follow me on anything, you know that I'm all here for the fashion.
Yeah, the next Xbox console just looks like a big black brick. There's fit. Nothing sexy about it at all.
It doesn't fit. I'm sorry. Everything that I have has curves. I'm sorry. It's everything from PlayStation, from Switch, from everything. It's got some kind of sleek, something I can hold,
some kind of sexiness to it.
Yeah, you know, you ain't got that, so I have no space for you.
So anyways, are y'all buying the PS5 or the Xbox, whatever they're calling it, at launch?
I really don't know what it's called.
I don't either.
I honestly don't know.
Why or why not? Let us know in the comments below, because I'm generally interested. And for all y'all PC gamers out there, I know you like to insert yourself in console conversations, talking about PC is superior.
But wait, there's more. I would love to delve into some PC gaming. I am no stranger to seeing what y'all have to offer, but I just haven't yet gotten into it. But I am not a stranger to it. I would love to delve further into it. I would love.
Shauna's being nice about that PC gamer shit.
No, don't even silence me. Like, there's so many different things and accessories that I would love to touch.
Yeah, that's true, and that's fine and dandy. And I know a lot of PC gamers like to flex their hardware, but I'm talking about dropping $400 to $500 on a console just to play video games, while you are talking about dropping a down payment on a damn car. Yes, if you drop $6,000 on your gaming machine, it better perform way better than my $400 console.
It's okay, guys.
No disrespect to my PC gamers.
Forgive him for what he just said. With all that being said, I get it. I get it. A lot of money does go into PC gaming, which is why the only reason why I haven't gotten into it like that far down.
I don't ever want to get into PC gaming, so those are facts.
Oh my god.
Anyways, thank you so much for tuning into this week's episode of the Shinobi Squad podcast. I'm fan service, Renji.
I'm Shana Mostella.
PlayStation consoles for life, and screw the Atari Jaguar.
Screw
Forever.
the Atari Jaguar, for real. I looked that shit up, and why would you spend $400 on that? Come on. Seriously.
And for my PC gamers, I'm just messing with y'all.
You better be. I'm not even a PC gamer myself, but I will love to get into it. I would love the opportunity.
Oh, this video game podcast debate isn't done yet.
It's not done yet.
We'll see you guys next time.